Friends and family, do you know how to write an email for the FCE test? Okay, so this part in this video, we're going to look at how to write an email or letter. So to start off with, obviously, how much time do you have to write this email or letter? Yeah? Yes, you are right. In total, you have 40 minutes. How are you going to divide your time responsibly? Yes, you are right again. 5 minutes to plan, 30 minutes to write, 5 minutes to check. Remember that. I keep on rehashing, restating, repeating myself because it's extremely important. So let's continue. How to write an email or a letter for the FC. Now, an email or a letter is written in response to the situation outlined in the question, obviously. The tone will depend on who you're writing to. Okay. The tone is informal. It's relaxed and friendly if the target reader is a friend. If it is your boss, then no, it's going to be formal. So the tone is going to depend on who the reader is. Now, the structure follows a standard one. You've got your introduction, you've got your body paragraphs, and then you've got your conclusion. Standard writing structure. Let's look at a sample question. An English friend of yours is visiting your city next summer. Write to him and tell him about the places he should visit and the clothes he should wear. You must also invite him to stay with you during his stay. Okay, so it's extremely important to pay careful attention to the instructions because it is here where you have to find out what to talk about in our email or letter. For example, in this case, we have the following: the addressee, the person I'm writing to, the reader is an English friend. So friendly tone, conversational and friendly. The context is visiting your city next summer. The main ideas or the paragraphs tell him. So these are the questions that you have to include in your email. Tell him about the places he should visit, the clothes, invite him to stay with you. If you do not include these three things, then you would fail in your task achievement. Please include them. They're clearly here. Tell him about places to visit, clothes, and invite him to stay. You have to include those three. Okay, so let's carry on. Let's look at an example. Alrighty then. So now, this is the basic structure as you can see. Okay, I've got some basic phrases for you that you can learn later. So we start off with the opening formula, which is Dear Jack. Remember, you're writing to a friend. That's fine. It's friendly. Okay, so the email layout is extremely clear. This is easily achieved by using opening and closing formulas and paragraphs. Okay, so opening formula, Dear Jack. Closing formula, best wishes. In an email, you always have to add your signature at the bottom, or a letter. You just say Carlos, Maria, Javier, Michelangelo. Anyway, so now, good. As I said, this is easily achieved by opening and closing formulas and paragraphs. The paragraphs are the different points you have to talk about, and some space between. It's a semi-independent paragraphs. So there's enough white space. There's a clear structure here. Each paragraph has a clear purpose, which in this case is marked in red. You remember that in the question, we had to answer certain things. We had to do specific things. Each paragraph has that purpose. Now, good. The opening and closing formulas are used to say hi and goodbye in a polite way. Okay, so instead of saying hi, Jack, say Dear Jack. Okay, instead of saying bye, you can say best wishes. Remember, this is a form. This is an email. Okay, we are friends, but it's still an email. Now, the introductory paragraph is typically used to react to news. It's great to hear from you. I'm so excited about, etc., etc. And to introduce the topic of our email. So if we look at the introduction, It's great to hear from you after so long! Exclamation. Excitement, yeah? How are you doing? Normal. Okay. I'm so excited about your visit next summer. Let me give you some tips so you can get ready. Great. So let me give you some tips. I know that, great, I'm going to get tips. So I want to read further. You're inviting the reader to read further. Okay. So first of all, paragraph. Okay. So remember what to visit. This was part in the question. So let's look at how it is used here. First of all, there are some places which you can't miss. For example, here in Granada, you should totally visit the Alhambra, an ancient Muslim palace. It was nominated to become one of the new seven wonders of the world. Also, don't forget to check out St. Nicholas Viewpoint. You will have the best views of the Alhambra and the whole city. Okay, so what to visit? He clearly said the ancient Muslim palace, which is called Alhambra. Okay, now, so great. Task achievement for now, well done. Okay, now let's go into the next paragraph. So this paragraph was specifically for what to visit. Now we're going to move on to the next one, and it's going to have its own purpose. Okay, so now, as for clothes, what to wear. As for clothes, remember that it can get super hot in Granada, especially for foreigners. So forget about long sleeves and trousers and just pack some shorts, t-shirts and sandals. Oh, and remember to bring a cap too. Very conversational, as you can see. Oh, and remember to bring a cap too. Well, this is international, isn't it? Oh, it's for all languages. Most languages, at least. Okay, and very important, this writer is using the appropriate language. What to wear. The topic is wear, clothes. Okay, so sleeves, trousers, pack, so the trip too, t-shirt, sandals, bring a cap, clothes. All the vocabulary is relevant to the topic, which is what to wear. We're not going to talk about the iPad. Don't forget to bring your iPad. No, it's not relevant. Don't include it. Okay, so moving on. And also super hot, very conversational English. Okay, let's move on to the final thing we have to do. It was in the question. Ask him to stay at your place, inviting him. By the way, do you have a place to stay? If you want, I could put you up in my place. I have a spare room, and it would be great to have you here. Beautiful. Okay, so what is the topic about? It's about staying somewhere, so that's accommodation, sleeping arrangements. Okay, do you have a place to stay? It's a question. I could put you up. To put someone up, it means you offer them a place to sleep in your place. Okay, that's a very beautiful phrasal verb for this specific topic. I have a spare room. Appropriate vocabulary. Okay, that would be great as well. So, very good. So we have answered one, two, the three main things we had to answer from the question. Okay, so now we have the closing paragraph. Okay, so now in the closing paragraph, we start saying goodbye, and we can ask for a reply to our email. So let's look at that. Anyway, I must dash now. Drop me a line soon and let me know what you think. Very conversational, colloquial English here. Okay, so I must dash now. Dash is to quickly run somewhere, go somewhere, not necessarily run. You quickly have to go somewhere. Okay, drop me a line. To drop someone a line in English means that, hey, communicate with me. You can send me a WhatsApp, DM, or call me, anything. Just drop me a line and let me know what you think. So that's a very nice closing paragraph. Okay, you can even almost memorize that, because that is suitable for most most emails. It's very generic. Okay, but if it's your friend, remember that the closing formula: best wishes. Okay, if it's a little bit more formal, kind regards or regards, comma. Look at the opening formula: dear Jack, comma. Okay, look at the closing formula: best wishes, comma, or regards, comma, or yours truly, comma, depending on the register of the email or the letter. And then you have your signature, Carlos, etc., etc. Okay, so now we already looked at the language, so that's fantastic. All right, so now useful expressions for an informal email. Dear Sarah, hello Sarah, hi Sarah. Dear Sarah, standard, that's fine, you're safe with Dear Sarah. And the other two, but you have to be certain. Introductory paragraph: how's it going? How are you doing? How are things? How are things going? It's great to hear from you. Long time no see. Sorry, I haven't written for ages, but I've been busy. I'm really sorry it's taken me so long to get back to you. Yeah. Okay. Reacting to good news. I'm glad to hear that you'll be coming next year. I'm so happy that you plan on coming next year. Great news about your trip to my city next year. I'm very happy to hear about your intention of coming over next year. It's so great that you finally decided to come over to visit me. Okay. Reacting to bad news. I'm so sorry to hear about about, well, I'm not going to invent anything. Sorry to read about. I can't tell you how sad I am that. I'm extremely sorry to hear about. So I'm so sorry to hear about. I'm extremely sorry to hear about. Modifier. You can add anything you want there. It's just awful to hear that, or it's just awful to know that. Okay, so these are some common phrases you can use in an informal email. There are hundreds more online. Feel free to go and check them out, please. Okay, the important thing was to understand the structure. Your tone is going to be informal. If it's a friend, it's going to be it's going to be more formal if it's your boss, but it's more likely going to be a friend. So remember, in this part 2 of the writing paper, you can choose one of 3 options. Okay, so you are obviously going to choose the option you are most comfortable with, which is fantastic, which is great. If you don't feel comfortable writing reports or emails, you have 2 more options. Okay, but at least try to be comfortable writing 2 formats, at least 2, because you will have one of those 2 in there, definitely. 3 to be on the safe side. Okay, so very good, friends and family. Hey, well done. Congratulations. You've made it. You have learned a lot of strategies. Congratulations. So what you have to do now is you have to practice these strategies, practice these structures, these formats, all the tips that you have been given. Practice, practice, practice. Okay? And thank you very much. My name is Jan. It was a pleasure teaching you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.